It'll be a pretty quiet night as we go into the end of your day, but it won't be as cool as what we had seen last night. No low 50s for overnight low temperatures, but either side of 60, that's still not bad for this time of year. Then we get ready for a hot, humid, and windy day as well for Wednesday. Highs in the upper 80s and low 90s to the east. See some upper 90s further to the west. That's just a preview of what we're going to be watching for this weekend. We'll talk about that coming up, but until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, KELOLAND News First at 4.
3 people are dead following a fiery crash along I-90 Monday afternoon. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
Plus, we hear from the Adoption and Rescue Center taking care of a boa constrictor found in a shopping cart in Sioux City.
And later, we get a behind-the-scenes look at the cancer research happening at Sanford Health. Well, good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Tom Hansen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is trying to figure out what led to a deadly crash along I-90 near Sioux Falls that killed 3 people. Authorities say Monday afternoon, a pickup sideswiped multiple vehicles before crossing into oncoming traffic and colliding with an RV.
Now, both vehicles caught fire, destroying identifying features and documents. Our KELOLAND live cam in Parker actually spotted the smoke coming from that fire. You can see it right there. The driver and the passenger of the RV, as well as the driver of the pickup, died in that crash.
Both lanes of traffic along I-90 were temporarily closed as crews cleared the scene. A 28-year-old man will spend 5 years in prison for killing a man back in November. Scotty Oldhorse will also spend 3 years on supervised release. The incident started when the victim, Harold Topbear, yelled and threw a sweatshirt at Oldhorse. Oldhorse then used his SUV to pin Topbear against an apartment building, killing him. Oldhorse pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter. A second-degree murder charge was dropped in exchange for his guilty plea.
A Marshall, Minnesota man was found dead in the Boundary Waters Canoe area in northern Minnesota. Authorities say 32-year-old Justin Spurl was reported missing last week, but law enforcement contacted him and he said he was fine. On Monday, other canoeists found his body. Investigators are waiting on autopsy results from the Midwest Medical Examiner's Office.
Now let's get a first check at your weather. We're preparing for it to warm up out there.
Adam?
Yeah, I'd love to maybe add a little bit more, but I'm not looking forward to it personally. I've been enjoying these seasonable days where it's not overly humid and overly hot, and I have to remind myself that no, fall doesn't start for another 38 days, but yeah, we have to kind of roll with the punches, if you will. Here's Great Bear on our live cam network. 81, a nice light and variable breeze in place. It was actually a very nice day to get outside. A bit warmer than yesterday, but we could call this seasonable pretty easily. Meanwhile, along the marina in Yankton, great day to be on the water if you had the chance to do so. 82, south wind at 9 miles per hour. At this point yesterday afternoon, we were dealing with gusts upward of 30 miles per hour. So we're doing pretty well for ourselves on multiple fronts. 83 in Chamberlain, 89 at the Capitol, but 90s popping up out to the west. 95 in Phillip, 92 Rapid City, 93 in Buffalo, 90 for Pine Ridge. Regardless of where you are, we are doing better on the thermometer than we did yesterday. Meager gains compared to the west are what we're seeing out east, around 5 to 8 degrees warmer compared to yesterday. West River, it's closer to 10 to 15 degrees warmer in multiple locations. Custer leading the way with a 17-degree change on the positive side. We do have a little bit of cloud cover, and I do mean a little bit, just basically this little guy right here just kind of crashing the party, moving down to the south. Really no moisture associated with it. Just basically the only thing that we can talk about, considering high pressure down toward Kansas and Nebraska, is still doing more than enough to keep things nice and quiet. Tomorrow, though, yeah, there is change on the way. It's going to be breezy, it's going to be hot, and it's going to be humid. Yes, you are seeing that correctly. We could see upper 90s to near 100 toward Mitchell and Wagner, low to mid 90s Brookings into Sioux Falls. For northeastern KELOLAND, more of the same, at least to a lesser extent with the heat. 98 for Huron, but low to mid 90s in many other locations. 89 for Sisseton. It's once we jump west river that we start to see those triple digits pop up a little bit more. Chamberlain and Winter at 100. Pierre and Rapid City towing the line of 100. And this is just a precursor for some of the heat that we're going to be watching for the weekend. We'll talk about that, plus the one little break that comes around on Thursday in your forecast as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. A city in southeastern Minnesota is trying to figure out its next steps after the entire police force resigned. The mayor of Goodhue assured people the community will still have police coverage. The city is temporarily working with the sheriff's office until they can hire more officers. The city council says it needs to prioritize increasing pay for police to compete with nearby departments.
I was saddened. It's hard to see that when you work with people, and we were trying, and I think we're all a little bit blindsided by it, but we're resilient, and we're going to move forward.
The officer's last day will be August 23rd. The city council and mayor will meet again to go over how the Goodhue County Sheriff's Office will transition into the new role. Uber says a new Minneapolis law could drive up prices and even drive them out of the city. The ordinance would give drivers a pay bump, but the rideshare giant wants the Minneapolis City Council to pump the brakes. Uber sent an email to customers saying if the law passes, it would have to reduce service and possibly shut down operations. The Minneapolis City Council will consider the bill on Thursday.
The U.S. Justice Department just wrapped up its 18th annual tribal consultation in North Dakota. At the meeting, tribal leaders discussed the crimes facing Native women, including domestic violence, sexual assault, homicide, stalking, and sex trafficking. The Justice Department is working to train both tribal courts and law enforcement on how to best strengthen the laws and hold people accountable.
The Not Invisible Act Commission has brought together law enforcement, tribal leaders, federal partners, service providers, family members, and survivors to develop recommendations for combating this epidemic.
The U.S. Justice Department recently launched a new program designed to help battle the crisis of missing or murdered Indigenous persons. It will place 10 attorneys and coordinators in 5 regions across the country, including in South Dakota. We have an update on that snake that was found in a shopping cart at the Target in Sioux City, Iowa. The Animal Adoption and Rescue Center says it is investigating how the snake got into that shopping cart and whether it was actually found its way there or was placed there. While the Colombian red-tailed boa constrictor isn't illegal to own in the state of Iowa, it is not legal within Sioux City limits. The Rescue Center says they don't get many calls like this one.
We've had a lot of complaints. We get a lot of indigenous snakes that are here, bull snakes and gardener snakes we deal with on a regular basis. The more exotic ones, we don't have as many calls pertaining to those, but we have had calls pertaining to those in the past.
Now, the owner has 7 days to claim the snake. Otherwise, they already have a new home set up.
You know, even though the snake is on the TV screen and obviously nowhere near
you were
me,
like backing away from the TV screen.
It's still too close to me, even though it's in another city.
I get it. Some people just don't like snakes. And
it was just, it was a very...
Would you consider that a cute snake?
Is there a cute snake?
I don't know.
Okay.